Well, hello there. Testing 1, 2. I guess this is working. Huh. Check it out. We are live on YouTube. This is our first attempt at this. And I don't think anyone's listening anyway, but we are just testing everything out, seeing how everything works. There's one person watching. I have no idea who it is, but hey, nice to see ya. So now I'm trying to log out here and log back in. Of course, you think you have everything set up, and then lo and behold, you don't. So I don't know if you can leave a comment or chat on the YouTube channel. I have no idea, but we're just setting this all up. So there's a lot of people out there doing live streaming and a lot of cool things, and of course I think it's the future. So I'm sure you all agree. Right here, I'm really trying to do this, but I don't know how I'm going to log in. Oh my gosh! See, this is the problem. I'm a one-man show, trying to do a trillion things at once. I got to run the software here. I've got to attempt to control the iPad. A lot of hard things to do here. So I don't know how my audio sounds. Hopefully it sounds okay. I'm unable to test it at the moment. So, and I think I started too soon. I should have waited a bit longer. I'm trying to. I have a big screen here. There we go. Now I can see myself up on the big screen. I think we have one person watching. So, well, how's it going? Anyway, let's try to log back in here. Give me 1 second here. I have no idea this. And of course, I forgot my password. Let's see if we can log in here. This is what happens. You need to have a little more alcohol before you go on these things. All right. Okay, so we're logging back in here, and signed in. Yep, we're signed in. I see, and I'm on YouTube right now. I've done this a million times on Facebook, and unfortunately, this is my first time on YouTube, and I know you can chat live. You can do all sorts of cool things, which is what I'm trying to do. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I see myself up, and we have one watching, and any second now. We're just waiting. There we go. Okay, so we have live chat. So if anybody is watching, feel free to jump on there and say hello. We're just testing out the system here and in the live studio. And the whole idea of what we're trying to do is talk about issues, talk about anything really. So if you want to talk about something, let's talk about it. And just a late night chat. That doesn't matter what we're going to talk about. I don't care. Something funny, something goofy. If you got a hobby. Oh, look at this. We even got sound effects. We even have a call-in line if you want to call in. I'll put the number up here in a little bit. But I can't even see with my glasses. Of course, when you try to do something live, you're trying to go on Facebook or YouTube, especially live, it's pretty stressful for people. Even myself, I'm a little nervous, even though I shouldn't be. But, well, maybe. I mean, technically anybody can jump on, watch you live on Facebook or any social media. It's the new future and something I'm looking forward to. So let's just, we're just checking the audio here. It looks a little hot. I'm not sure. We even have an app. It's called the Border Indie app, and I'll put that up on the screen. But normally we have it tied into the system where you can listen to us live, and because we do other shows out of here. And right now I don't have that set up, only because we're just testing things out. So, but here, I'll put up the phone number, and if you feel like calling in just to talk, tell me where you're from, and who knows, maybe we'll strike up a dialogue. And let's see here, we can have a little laughter. A lot of cool features we can do in here. And maybe you can tell me who your favorite YouTube channel is, and what they do, or if you have kids, what do your kids do? My kids, oh my gosh, my kids, all they do is play video games. I have identical twin boys. They're 16. My daughter's 18. She just graduated, and my youngest son, who's now 15, 14. He'll be 15 in October. And so all they do is play video games. You know, they're really good. They really enjoy the video games. At least I know where they are. They get to stay at home. I can see where they are all the time. So, in a way, it's kind of nice. But at the same time, you kind of wish that they were out there doing activities and whatnot. And you know, unfortunately, it is the way of the times right now. And you know, at least I get to stay at home. I get to see what they're doing. And yeah. Anyway, that's not a very good laugh. So we have 2 people watching. So we're really moving here. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me see how this works here. I'm supposed to be able to say hi. There we go. So I just left a comment on the YouTube channel. I don't know if you want to as well, but feel free. And I think we can do a. Let's see here. We can do a top chat. Okay. See, I don't even know what I'm doing here. This is where I need like an expert to come in and help us out here, especially on YouTube. I'm always doing Facebook stuff. Like Facebook Live, I do for everybody, but YouTube is new for me. Even though I've had a YouTube channel for many years, but let's see here. How can we move this? How can we share it? Nope, that's not. All right, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. Nobody's watching anyway. I think one person's watching. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, feel free to hop in here and let me know who you are, where you're from, so we can, oh, there we go. So we can share it. I'm going to try to share it. See, this is just, okay, we're going to share it on Facebook, and we're going to see if we do it this way, if somebody will actually jump in and... you know, these new iPads, the newer ones are nice. I have an older iPad that I use here in the studio. And unfortunately, I think Apple has done something crazy because, you know, hang on here, late night chat. There we go. So we're just going to post that on Facebook, see if anybody logs in now. But there you go. So who's all watching? We got 2 people watching at the moment. Let's get some more people going on here because it's getting pretty quiet. This is all I hear is crickets. All I hear is crickets. Anybody? How exciting, huh? How exciting. So we're trying the live YouTube channel here. Maybe we can get some subscribers and we can start talking about all cool stuff. One of my favorite shows right now on Facebook. Well, it's not even a show. I don't know. What do you call it now? Are they shows? Are they mini shows? Are they just YouTube videos, Facebook videos? I mean, the times have changed so much now that, you know, you're trying to watch anything on television is just kind of boring. My attention span, I think, has gotten a lot smaller now because when I watch television, if it's not good, you know, it's boring, and then I have to go on Facebook and or YouTube and watch videos that are shorter but they're funnier. So I really enjoy that. We still only have. I think 2 people, one myself and somebody else. You know what? It's probably just me. I'm going to disconnect from watch it drop now. All right, so we have myself. I'm watching myself because we have no subscribers. So feel free to subscribe and... Let's see. Ooh, there's a neat one. There we go. So yes, pretty exciting, isn't it? call in. Let's talk. We'll take the screen thing off there. Okay. Testing 1, 2. So this is pretty exciting, isn't it? This is we're gonna. Alrighty. How's that sound? Anybody out there? Anybody wanna jump in and chat? Late night chat. We'll talk about anything you want. Why not? It's late, middle of the night, and let's see here. By the way, I'm located on the border in Laredo, Texas. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but it's. I'm just looking at Facebook here, and they're saying Toys R Us is gone. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, Toys R Us was a lot of fun. All right, so, all right. We're just fooling around here. We're just testing out the studio. We're doing a live chat. And, yeah, not a lot of listeners out there. Not a lot of subscribers. But we're going to try to share this now on, so many different things here. Okay, so it's just me. Nobody else has joined in. And it's kind of boring, but hey, news feed. We're going to try this. We're going to post this Border Indie and share. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we'll get some more people when we share it here. We have an app, like I said, it's called the Border Indie app. Feel free to download it. It's free. And all right, here. We have one person watching. It's me. Yeah, that's horrible, right? But hey, we're trying here. We're trying to do something new. That might be a little boring to listen to at the moment, but you know what? We're trying to have some fun, doing something different, something new and exciting. And nope, I'm not even showing up on here on the border. Well, I am, but that's on the YouTube channel. Okay, so. All right. Who wants to talk? Who wants to call? Somebody call in. Let's chat. Tell me what's going on. I'm getting all these alerts from Google. So, all right here. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. How's my audio? Let's just pull it up here and see how my audio is. Dad's Incorporated. Oh, there we are, live. It's not so bad. I can hear myself. Incorporated. Oh, testing 1, 2. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not so bad. I can hear myself. Oh, the toys. Look at that. Okay, so now that's me on there. Yeah, I should subscribe to myself. You wish videos keep playing when you close the app. No thanks. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. So I need to subscribe. And you know what? It's showing it only at 720 for the video, so I'm not sure why that is. But the technology is always changing so much. All right, we're just gonna give it a nice little one watching. It's me watching. It's pathetic. Okay, so we can say hello to my sister. So I'm saying hello. There we go. Get some action going here. Yeah, there we go. Learn more. Now I got it. I think I got this under control. All right. So, how do you get more people to subscribe to your channel? Now, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter what kind of channel you have out there because, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff. When I wanted to do this, I started looking around and I saw people shucking. You know what shucking is? People shucking oysters. And it wasn't just one channel. I found like 5 or 6 or 7 of them, and they had like 500 people watching all at the same time. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'm actually talking to myself. Can you believe that? Because there's nobody watching on the live stream. But, makes you wonder how you can get more people on here, so... we'll go back on Facebook, see if there's anybody we can get on to come on over and check us out. Try, because everybody around here does Facebook. That's all they do. Let's see, edit. We'll say we are live. We are live now. There we go. See if that works. See if anybody wants to. So if they click on it, it should bring them to YouTube. Tap to unmute. Yeah, there you go. So, it's worth a shot. See if anybody wants to jump in and say hello. And you know what? I'm going to send this to my friend Robert. I've been trying to get him to talk on our show here for quite a while. And that has been difficult because, you know, him and I fight all the time. He's a big Trump supporter, and so we just go at it all the time. It's pretty funny. So, what is this? Thank you so much. I want to drop off and invite you all if a chance don't plans something in the closet that I can throw on. What? I just got invited to a wedding. Hang on here. I got what? Wow. Saturday, the 30th of June. Oh my gosh. At what time? They're getting married tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see if I can do this now. Erica. So I'm live, trying to make this thing work. And hey, I'm live. You want to come on? We're live on YouTube. Dad's Incorporated. What's that? What do you need? What do you need? Want to come and say hi to everybody? We're live. My son's in his underwear. This is quite funny. Come on, Rory. What do you need? Well, if you can sneak in behind me really quickly. Just go, man. I'm evil? I'll turn the cameras on. What are you doing? Just go get it real quick. Go, quick. Come on, there's like a whole bunch of people watching. Come on. You don't want to do it? I'm kind of busy. I'm live. Just do it real fast. Go, go. Nobody's watching. There you go. Oh, there's my son in his underwear. And apparently I'm evil now. Can you believe that? My son is calling me evil. And there he goes. Can you shut the door? Thank you, son. Take the dog. Take the dog, please. Wow. Unbelievable. So let's, we're going to try to send this to my friend on Messenger and see if she wants to jump in and tell me what's going on. Let's see here. All right, so I'm live now. Let's see if she wants to call in and tell me all about tomorrow. Hang on here. Call in and tell me what's going on. Tell me about tomorrow. Let's see if this works. I have no idea if it'll work. I'm just going to put my number up. So nobody else is watching right now. I don't think they're watching. Anybody watching? Let's take a look here. So I just lost the keyboard. So, alrighty. So we have another person watching. There we go. Hey, how's it going? This is Aaron here. We're just testing out the studio, having a little fun. Look, I'm going to even put a phone number up. We have a chat live on YouTube. I know everybody does Facebook. We thought we'd try a YouTube channel and see if that'll work. Basically, we just want to create a channel, talk, late night chat. If you have an idea about something, if you just want to tell me about your day, let's talk. I mean, this is kind of a cool thing. YouTube, Facebook, social media, it's all new stuff, all cool stuff. Times are changing. Nobody watches TV anymore. I hardly watch TV. So feel free, call in. Say it's a free phone number there. Free phone. It's not an 800 number, but okay. My friend's she's getting married tomorrow. That's kind of cool, and I'm excited for her. And hopefully she'll call in and tell me what her plans are for tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool. If not, that's okay. But let's see here. We have people dropping off like flies. Well, we had 2 people on there, or 3 people, and now they left. So let's. There we go. Yeah, this is silent. So we just need to come up with a plan. See what you guys want to talk about. We're just testing out the system here, and we're trying something new. You know what we need? We need people on here to do fun stuff, cool stuff. I'll probably delete this video afterwards, but all right. So we have call in it now. Why not? Yeah, why not? Call in now. And there we go. We're just making some live adjustments here on the bottom of the screen. All right, so we have one person talking or watching, and that's me. Yay! Oh, we got some. See, we're thinking. Yeah, we're having a good time here. You know, it'd be better if we were drinking, sitting back, having a drink, relaxing. It's Friday night. What do you guys all do at Friday night? Anything interesting? What do you guys do? Let's see here. Crickets. We have crickets. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty pathetic. That's pathetic. You know what we need? We need tunes in the background. What kind of music do you want to play? We have the Border Indie app. If you guys have heard of the Border Indie app, it's this is the kind of music we play. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Nobody's calling in. Nobody's doing anything. We're just sitting here chatting away. It's kind of boring. Wow. I look old. I'm an old man now. Look at that. Old glasses. Doesn't even look like me anymore. I used to be a skinny guy. Good looking, skinny in my younger days. So how do we get more people onto the system here? I have no idea. I mean, you have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, but how do you get the subscribers on it? That's what I want to know. Interesting. So it's, oh, what happened? I lost the music. That shouldn't happen. What did I do? I must have done something. All right, well, let's see if we can get a hold of Luis. Nope. All right, so we're trying to set up a system here so people can subscribe, but I have no idea how to do that. Oh, look at that. You can play, what? 3D? Isn't that crazy? Captioning does captions. Wow. We still have one person on here, just me. Well, let's see here. How's the audio sound? Audio sounds good. I don't hear any audio. Testing. Test 1 2 1 2. I wonder if the audio is just too low. Is that the problem? Nobody can hear it? Well, there's a chat thing on here. So on YouTube, it's supposed to go live on YouTube, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's probably why nobody's watching. But what would you do? You know what you need to do? Have a pretty girl here, a really good-looking guy. That would probably help get more people watching. But, I mean, I could just sit here. We chat about nothing. Chat about something. Let's see. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about it. Let's load up that my Border Indie app again. That's a good app. BorderIndie.com. So, like I said, it's hard to do 10 trillion things here at once. All right, so there we go. Y'all know who LaGordy Loca is? Do you know who she is? Oh, we have one person on. One person. Wow, that's pretty exciting. Look at that. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. So, we're just testing it out here. Anybody wants to jump in, chat, feel free. We're just talking away because we're bored. What's your favorite kind of music? Do you have any favorite kind of music you like? We have one person? Yeah. I can't even see anymore. One person. One whole person watching. Wow. It's pretty pathetic. I'll show you the studio. That's the studio. It's a little bit messy there in the back, but this is the studio. That's what it looks like. It's pretty exciting, I know. And we have the one camera. Oh, we got multiple cameras. We have like 7 cameras in here. There you go. See? It's pretty exciting, I know. See, I have a laptop here, or iPad, which is old. I'm a fat boy. Look at that. Nobody's watching. So, testing. 1, 2, 3. How do we get more people on here? Should get LaGordy Loca. See if she calls in. Because I'm bored. Let me call her. Alright, LaGordy Loca, where are ya? Hey, I'm bored. And I'm live on YouTube. You should call in. See if she does. She has a channel that she likes to do these live shows. She's pretty funny. She's got like 100,000 followers, but I wish she would do more shows. She hasn't done a lot in a while, so. But it would be nice if she did. And we're bored here. Anybody jump on in? I can only see that we have one person watching. That's me. So feel free to jump on here, and because I am bored. Let's talk. Get the whole world out there. I've been on for half an hour already, and I've just been rambling about nothing. Listening to music in the background. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I could do like psychedelic stuff. Crazy videos. I mean, we have this platform. What can we do? What can we show people? What do you guys want to talk about? Want to talk about serious stuff? You want to be goofy? Talk about dumb stuff? I mean, there are people out there like Nicole Arbor. I don't know if you ever watched her, but she is a beautiful girl, but she's crazy. Really crazy. So, all right. So far, I just said hi to myself. Okay. We have nobody watching late night chat. But if I go Facebook, I bet you'll have more people. That's the thing. I just don't get it. All right. So, what's in the news? Let's see. Nothing in the news. Nothing exciting. Wow. I am bored. Julianne. All right, Julianne. What are you watching? What are you watching? Okay. Julianne is live. What happened? He was live. I'm trying to watch somebody else who was live. Oh, it's no longer available. Ah, that's too bad. See, this is how exciting it is. We have one person, myself, watching. Should I go to Facebook and try it on Facebook? I mean, it seems to be the only thing that works. Maybe we should try that because this is not working. Okay, you know what? I think I'll do that. I think I'll kill it and try that. All right. Let's delete that because this is not working. And we'll delete that. I don't know if that worked or not, but we'll try it. All right, so we'll go on Facebook and we'll just kill this because there's nobody watching. And it's gone off Facebook. Bye-bye. Is history. Okay. Oh, no, we have 2 people watching. I just killed it. I just took it off Facebook. All right, so who's watching? Who's on here? Well, we have. I'll put the phone number up, and if you want to call in, say hello, tell me where you're from, what your name is, because I am trying something new. I'm trying to do this late night chat thing, and see if anybody's interested in talking about anything, or we can talk. We can chat live on the YouTube chat here. So. Like I said, this is different. We normally do Facebook, and to switch over to YouTube is a little different. So we're just trying new things. And we had our music going on here in the background, but with the Border Indie app, which is free to download, borderindie.com. So some groovy tunes. So you want to talk about something? Let's talk. What's going on? My friend's getting married tomorrow. Hopefully she calls in and tells me how excited she is. And I know she's excited, but I want to hear all the details. And what else is going on in life? Talk to me. Just give me a phone call. Phone number's up there, and we'll have a chat. Maybe my friend Robert's watching. He's a good guy to chat. I'd like to chat with him. But yeah, if nothing happens, we'll just we're just trying this, seeing how it works, and what we can do is go back to Facebook if this is not going to work. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Hey, Robert.
Why aren't you on the show?
I am. I'm on the show right now.
Is it delayed or what?
Yeah, it's about 20 seconds. How are you? You know, I went live yesterday, or 2 days ago, and it was really bad and pathetic. Just as pathetic as this.
Why do you delay it 20 seconds?
Well, it's not me. That's Facebook, or YouTube, or social media, whatever you call it.
Why?
I have no idea. Streaming, they delay it, not me. So, I know. What are you doing? Are you working? Hello? Are you working or what? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm working tonight.
You are working tonight? Okay. So, tell me about Trump. Tell me why I'm wrong. This is your chance, man.
Well, you got to hold on to the answer there, and with the delay, it's also a delay on your end.
What do you mean a delay on my end? Are you talking on the phone, or are you talking through you're trying to watch it through the app?
Well, you keep asking the questions. I give you the answers.
Okay. So why are you taking...
Both.
What? You want to do a show like this, right? So you got to do it.
I'm on both. I'm on the phone, and then I'm watching it live.
Oh, okay. No, just go on the phone. Don't worry about the live part. Just talk to me on the phone. So tell me, why am I wrong? Why do you have to think about it?
Well, then talk into the phone so that I can...
You can't hear me?
Hear your question.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you're kind of far away from the mic.
Okay, how's that? Better?
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to me.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we fight a lot about Donald Trump, so might as well talk about him.
Me and you don't talk well about Trump. You already made up your mind about him, and you don't want to listen to anybody's
I am
opinion unless it
keeping an
comes.
open
Hold on,
mind.
Aaron, hold on. There you go. There you go. See, interrupting.
Okay.
Because you don't want anybody's opinion unless it comes from the left.
I will hear your opinion, and you know what? I will listen to you. I'll keep an open mind right now. So go for it.
What do you want me to say? What do you want to talk about? What part?
I want to know why people love Trump so much when this guy can go around and insult people, trash people on Twitter, tell them that they have low IQs, come up with these horrible nicknames for people. Technically, he's a real bully, and to me, I find him a horrible human being, and yet the Trumpsters, I'll call them Trumpsters, the Trumpsters absolutely love him. He can do no wrong, and to me, that's just the most bizarre thing ever. As a leader, you'd think that he would want to be nice to everybody and make everybody happy, but I don't see that. So, explain to me why you like this guy so much.
Why do you think, as the president of the U.S., he wants to make everybody happy? That's his job. Is that even possible to make everybody happy?
Almost every other president has tried. This one's not trying. This one's not
trying. Tried.
Yeah, but come on.
Keywords they're being tried. I mean, you can't make everybody happy.
Well, I get that, but I mean, it's almost like he's fueling the split between, the left and the right. He enjoys it, You
never even listen to a right publication or a right opinion. You only care what the left has to say.
But you're here now, and I want to listen, so I'm asking you the question. So tell me.
Well, according to you, not everybody loves Trump. Everything you post shows how much they hate him. I mean, you're asking a question. You're putting up evidence that not everybody loves him. Almost everybody hates him. But then you're asking, why does everybody love him? That doesn't even make any sense to me.
No, I didn't say why everybody loves him. I said, why do the Trumpsters love him?
No, you can rewind if you want. You said everyone. But okay, if you're going to say Trumpsters, that's fine.
The Trumpsters.
So it's okay for you to put monikers on people, but don't let the president put monikers on people. So now we're Trumpsters.
Well, what do you call yourselves? The right. I mean, you have right wing, and then you have far right.
We call ourselves sensible. I think that's what we call ourselves. Sensible.
Sensible. So,
yeah.
You don't mind, because I mean, I think Trump is racist, but you don't see that, right?
You think you honestly think he's racist?
I do, yes, and a lot of other people do too. I mean, he does say a lot of things that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. He said during that where those the white supremacists that went out there and they did that march, and then that lady got killed. He did say that there were fine people on both sides, and that you can't say that. You
didn't like that.
Well, do you agree that was the wrong thing to say?
Yeah, I think there's some things that are said in haste, or maybe you shouldn't say, of course.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of people that say things in haste or shouldn't say, and they say it all the time. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
You and you have some followers also that have compared him to Hitler. I think it's even horrible for anybody to do that. Compare anybody to Hitler.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
It's a totally different situation, what y'all are comparing them for.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Totally different.
Okay.
This is not tyrannical. I mean, this is what he figures that his democracy in this United States should be, and he's running it that way. That doesn't make him a tyrannist. I mean, come on. It's his opinion. There's laws on the book, and he enforces them or has them enforced, and some people don't like it. They don't mind the laws being on the books. They just don't want them enforced.
Well, I think that there's discretion, right? There's discretion. I mean,
and to be fair, and I'll let you talk there, but to be fair,
right?
To be fair, right away you want to post pictures, and I understand you want to get your point across, but you're posting pictures that were biting other people in the butt because honestly, those pictures were taken when he wasn't even president.
Which pictures are these specific ones? Or
I know you don't like me to bring up the previous president because you say one doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Well, it's because okay, go
let's
ahead.
be real about it.
Okay.
And if we're going to be fair about it, let's
Yeah.
just put up what has he done? What hasn't he done?
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
Sure.
Me and you had this argument before he became president.
Right.
You said that he was going to take us to war as soon as he became president.
Well,
Instead, he went and had a sit down. Instead, and then you get mad because of the sit down. You get mad because you think there's going to be a war and there's not one, and then you get mad because there's a sit down because he tries not to have a war.
no, I think there will be a war.
So you can't have it both ways.
Have you read his book, Art of the Deal?
Yes. What's that?
Have you ever read his book?
The Art of the Deal? No, I
Okay.
have not.
Okay. If you get a chance, read the book. It actually is a good book, but it.
Have you read it?
Yep. Yeah, and it gives you a really good insight about how he works in corporations. He does like to have a big mess, and if you read the book, when he does a corporate takeover or if he buys a new business, before he jumps in and just starts taking over, he'll walk in and try to create a mess. Tries to create chaos, which is kind of what he's doing now, and then he walks away. He lets the chaos go crazy in the office. He has, he finds out who's screwing this person and that person, and not like Stormy Daniels, but I mean, he's trying to weed out all the people, and then he comes in after people have left or quit or been fired, and then he, with a stroke of a pen says, I'm going to fix everything, and then fixes it, and everybody thinks he's a hero. It's kind of what he's doing now, but he loves to have chaos, and it's exactly what he's doing now. I give him credit for being in the spotlight every day. I mean, he's been on TV every day since he started running, and he hasn't paid a penny for that.
So he walks in, he creates chaos, and then he leaves.
And then he comes back at the right time, and he or whenever he thinks it's the right time, and fixes it. Look at this whole thing with down.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
He walks in, he creates chaos, and he leaves.
Right.
Do you not do the same thing with your Facebook page?
No, not at all. I'm just posting.
You don't create chaos and then just sit back and let people have it out.
No. Usually I try. No. I try to get involved. I try to be in my little activist, and say my point, because I think a lot of the things that he does is wrong. But this thing at the border with with the children, okay, and the immigration and all that stuff, I get it. I understand he's trying to, be tough, but at the same time, he's making this country look bad. He's splitting up families, and to me, I'm more concerned about those children. I mean, could you just imagine being a 5 or 6 year old kid? You're with your mother. You don't even know what's going on at that age, and then all of a sudden you're somewhere you don't even know where you are, and a authoritative person who you think would be like a police officer or somebody that's in law enforcement. You're supposed to look up to them, going, "This is the person that's supposed to help me. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just a child. I don't know anything. You just took my mom away, right? I haven't seen her in 3 or 4 days, and there's even a child. I think he's 5 years old that they're going to be deporting." And it was on the news today, and this kid doesn't even know what's going on. I mean, that to me is just mind-blowing. So I think that's hurting a lot of kids, and I think it's a stupid move on Trump's part. However, that said, these are the issues that he keeps doing over and over and over again without thinking about it. I heard today he wants to pull out of the World Trade Organization. Why would he want to do that? He's pulled out of TPP, which technically would have helped him against China, and then he wouldn't have to do these tariff deals. You've got tariffs that are going to be going in tomorrow, Monday or Sunday, from Canada. Was it $16.6 billion? I mean, everything is going to go up. You think it's good now, right? Which it is. At this particular time, it's good. But once the tariffs start taking off here, I think it's going to be a big problem, because you're going to have people paying more money for items, because we're the ones that have to pay for it, right? We're the consumers, so they're going to pass on that dollar to us. So, you've got, say, Amazon, for example, prime example. They have certain items that are going to go up. Solar panels. Solar panels go up. I buy them off of Amazon, but they're going to also increase the shipping charges, because UPS is now going to charge more money, or or USPS because gasoline is going to go up. You know, all of this stuff is going to go up.
Which you blamed on the president. But go ahead.
Well, he's the one who's starting the tariffs, the tariff war. So here's the other problem too, is you have wages that haven't gone up. So you're stuck at the same wage, everything's going up, and it's hard to find a place to live. Interest rates are going up for homes. It's a bad position right now. It's like what's happening back in 2008. Do you agree? You don't agree?
No.
Why?
Because it's cause and effect and everything.
Well, sure.
And we're not going to get things done if we're always worried about the effect. I mean, he has to, through his means, the means that are made possible to him, he has to get this done. And it's going to cause other things that other people are not going to like, that other people are already used to being one way. And there's going to be things that I don't like, I'm sure.
Okay.
But it's going to help others.
Tell me what you think Donald Trump has done that you think are good, positive things for this country.
What has he done? Well, my stocks have gone out the roof.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody who waited and kept their money secure in the market are pretty well.
Right.
He promised that. I like the fact that he's built the military back up. And
I'll agree with you on that one.
Excuse me?
I'll agree with you on that one.
That I believe it got to an all-time low. Well, according to historians and fact checkers, that the last 8 years our military was pretty much in the dumps. So I'm glad about that.
Okay.
And if that costs more money to, Joe Blow citizens to have a bigger military, a nicer military, more powerful military, and more safety, then I'm all for it, even if it comes out of my check.
Okay. Is that all?
But okay. Oh, there's a lot of things he's done.
Okay.
I mean, you don't see these factories that reopened and people got back to work and they were happy they voted for him up there. They remember that was a close call in some of those states.
Right.
And some of the people picked it right. They got back to work. That's all they wanted.
Now, would you agree that Obama had something to do with this too, or no?
Would I agree what?
That Obama had something to do with making the economy better?
I know the numbers showed that the economy was on the rise.
Right.
Was towards the end. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't fault Obama for a lot of things. I fault Obama for, and this comes from the other side too. This doesn't come from me. It comes from the left also. I mean, he did fuel the fire for a lot of the racism that was going on towards the end of his term.
Okay, thank you for agreeing me with that one. Okay.
So let's don't excuse that. I mean, he helped. He helped with that.
Right.
You're going from one administration to the other, but you're not just going from one administration to the other. You're going from one spectrum to the other side of the spectrum when you're talking about party lines. And things are going to change. And that's just, the way it is. Nothing we can do. Major changes, not just little changes, major changes. And that's what we see now. But if you want to get back to your immigration issue, real quick, that is sad, and I agree with you. That's sad that those children have to go through that.
Okay.
But everybody's blaming him for enforcing something that's on the book there.
Well, it's not entirely true. If you go read up on no, they have the
20-day rule, right?
Yes, but they don't have to separate them. They haven't separated them for years. The only time that they would separate them is if there was a criminal charge placed on the parents, which is what they're doing technically. Because they're going to prosecute the parents, and that's how they get by separating the parents from the children. That's the reason that's happening. But prior to the past administrations, they refused to do that, so they wouldn't charge the parents. They would do it. What is it? A misdemeanor charge. They're doing a full-on. This is like a serious charge, like you're never coming back type thing. But the problem is too. is that you have a lot of these people that are coming here that are claiming asylum, right? So they get to the bridge, for example, bridge number 2, and they get halfway to the bridge on the bridge, and they're greeted by Customs and Border Protection. So they're sitting there saying, you know what, we're just too busy. We can't process you. We can't let you in. So these people have been sitting there. I saw there was a couple on TV. They were there for 2 weeks already, and I guess somebody had come by and told them that as long as they set foot on.
Is this the line we were talking about? That your other friend didn't believe there was a line? Okay, go ahead.
What are you talking about? Oh, I don't know. I gave up.
No, you don't know.
I gave up.
Yeah, gave up.
Yeah, I gave up listening to you guys talking on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
But there was so what's happening is now they're setting foot by going around the coming in legally to try to do it, and they're just crossing the river and finding a border patrol agent and seeking asylum that way. Technically, that's wrong.
The ones you don't respect. Okay.
No. I was upset. I'll admit I was upset. Well, okay. You have to understand, though. Think about this. I mean, you have a job. I get that. But, you know it's wrong morally that you're separating these family members. I could never do that. I would have to quit, if that was my job. There's no way. There's no way I would be able to do that. And I'm sure, as law enforcement, there's been times when you've disagreed with something that you may have had to do.
Border Patrol agents save lives on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Okay. On a daily basis,
I
doing
agree.
their job.
I agree with that.
Okay. Now they're told. I mean, they have the laws in front of them that they have to enforce. That's their job. They're enforcing them.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, we keep talking about these children being separate.
Mm-hmm.
We, the people, through our Congress, made this law, not through the president.
Right.
Why are you on him about that so much? I don't
Okay, because here's the other thing too. Trump says, "Okay, fix it. Congress, you need to fix it." Sarah Sanders, she says Congress has to fix it. So what do? They get together, they start coming up with a plan, and the day of the vote, Trump goes on Twitter and says, "Stop wasting your time on this. Let's do it after November." It's like, are you freaking kidding me? You can't tell me that Trump really means that he wants to help out. He wants to use this as a bargaining chip. Come on, it's right there, and that's wrong.
He wants to wait till after the midterms.
Yeah, and I get it because the Democrats do the same thing. Immigration has been an issue for years, since the mid '80s. And they use it all the time. Like Trump used it as a platform when he was running, and we thought that would be one of the things he would fix. Obama, he tried the same thing. He didn't fix it. I mean, nobody's gone and actually fixed the problem. They just need to fix it. You have, they say, 15 million undocumented immigrants here? They haven't even talked about those yet. Lately, it's just been about DACA. But what about all of those people? What are they going to do with that? I mean, I have my own ideas. I don't know if they're any good, but I like my ideas, and I think that they should do it. And it would, and I'll tell you what it is if you're interested.
Sure. I'd love to hear your
Okay,
ideas.
so you have 15, 20, I have no idea how many undocumented immigrants you have here. So what you do is you say, we're going to do an amnesty program, okay, which you probably don't like, but they're here already. And I would go back to a certain date, like not 2 years, 3 years. I mean, they have to be here for a long time. And you say, listen, you come and talk to us. We're going to run fingerprints on you. We're going to read you the Riot Act, basically. If you come back clean, you're going to be able to apply for Social Security. You will not allowed to get any government benefits. None. But you can work you'll become a legal resident for this first, say, 5 years. And it's like a probation, okay? And then after 5 years, as long as you're a good boy, good girl, now you have your opportunity of becoming an American citizen. But you still have to take the tests, all of that stuff. Still have to go through. Not only that, but now you have to pay back taxes, okay? So any taxes, so that you got taxes coming in that way, which can help pay down the deficit, and everybody would have to pay a fine. So with that fine money, you can turn around and now build your wall, put more cameras at the border. I think the wall's stupid, but I think putting up security cameras and drones and more manpower, I think that's the way to go. But we can get into that after. But that's what I think they should do. And now you've got people coming out of the shadows, and these people will still work at their jobs, whatever they were doing. What if they were gardening, if they were, because, I mean, look, we're in Laredo, right? I mean, there's a lot of undocumented immigrants here. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So this, I think, would be
a lot of them good people.
Exactly. But Trump is throwing the fear that they're all
I think basically
criminals.
you're just explaining DACA to me.
Why is
These
that?
people did come out of the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
They did report their names. They did say who they were, where they lived, and the riot act read to them, and they were promised things.
Right.
And I agree with DACA that those people should be able to stay.
Right.
You made them a promise, whatever president made them a promise, I don't care, or whatever Congress did.
Right.
They should be able to stay. However, in your scenario, which you're talking about, okay, that's fine. We keep them here. They pay their fine. They pay their back taxes or whatever you think is necessary to keep them here. Now let's go back to the illegal problem. Now those people can stay.
Right.
Now we have more coming with kids.
What
do we do with those kids?
But why would they be coming more? Because of this? Because you fixed the immigration problem? So you're expecting more people to show up? Oh.
Why would they stop coming?
They're coming.
Why are they coming to begin with?
Oh, well, okay, because they're coming back. That's the other thing too. Trump has put this rhetoric in where hey, don't come here. We're going to separate your kids. That was Jeff Sessions. I mean, he made it firm. He said it over and over again. And you know what? They're still coming.
Mm-hmm.
They're still coming. It's not working. So I believe, just like I've seen on TV, they're always talking about these countries they're coming from are full of gangs and violence. And well, why doesn't somebody go there and help curb that, help fix the problem? I know for sure in Mexico when they were having some gang problems at one point, the U.S. military, some special forces went in and they actually helped. With the violence over there. I don't know what happened with that, but I heard about it. And I'm sure Mexico, but no, we can do it ourselves, which obviously they're not doing a good job. But I have no problem with that. I think that's what they should do, is go into the country and help. I mean, that's what you guys do. That's what America does. Do you agree?
Well, yeah, of course I agree.
Fix
but
the
where
problem.
do you draw the line? Where do you say, okay, we have enough people now? When do you tell the people, you know what, petition your own government to start giving out some of the money they have to help their own people?
Well,
so we can stay in our country.
Where do you think most of these people are coming from? Guatemala, Honduras?
Yeah, it's Central America and Mexico and South America. It's all down the line.
I mean,
that's the most.
Right.
We do have, from other parts of the world.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
my point. My point is, you don't come here because you're just coming. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be where you are,
right?
And you see a future somewhere else, and you're coming here illegally. I understand that. I understand their motivation.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
What I'm saying is, where do you, since you're already here, since you're already a citizen, since you grew up in this, where do you draw the line? At how many people? Where's the end of the line? Who gets that last ticket?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying too, and don't forget the world's growing continuously. People are born, people are dying. There's wars. There's also. I guess it really depends, because if you look at it, where say there is a war, okay, and America goes to fight and people die, all of a sudden now Trump would turn around and say, "We need people. Come here. We need," because he wants troops, right? That's what's going to happen.
Right.
Then the whole thing changes. Now immigration's, a totally different story. And I mean, that's how fast things can change. But now because the economy is going so well, okay, and there's the opportunity, people need jobs. I mean, and I'm not people need jobs. I mean, people have jobs, but people are owning businesses. They need workers, and that's becoming an issue now. So I saw an avocado farm on some guy was talking about on a video on Facebook, and he has no workers. Nobody wants to work at the avocado farm. But I can tell you right now, if you had an undocumented immigrant, they'd be more than happy to jump in there and do the work. You know?
Hmm.
So now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And you don't want to pay, an American worker, would not want to go there and work for $2-3 an hour. There's no way. So now you have that issue too. So what do you do? How do you fix that?
So you think it's okay to say, okay, you can come here undocumented because you'll work for less than 50% of what an American will work
I don't say that, but I can tell you right now, Donald Trump would have no problem with that, and he has. He has. He's had employees working for him for $4 an hour that were undocumented. That's been proven.
So it's not fair. It's not fair. Our immigration policy is not fair, but it's fair to pay them slave wages.
That's what they do. You don't think
but that's what you're saying. You're
no,
okay with
I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just saying that's a fact. That's what's been happening. It's like, in Arizona when they put the law through.
Okay, but when you watch this or when you look at this Facebook post about this guy crying that he has no workers for an avocado farm,
right.
Why don't you get mad at him and tell him, well, why don't you pay at least the minimum wage to these guys that come over here instead of saying I don't have any more because Trump's running them out of the country?
And you know what? He probably could afford it. I don't know what the avocados.
What do you mean, probably?
Well, I don't know. I mean, is there a reason? Is he making more money because of it, or is he paying minimum wage because he's trying to keep the cost down of avocados because he needs to?
Well, who makes? I mean, do you know anybody? That gets in a business to make a product to lose money?
Well, no, but I'm saying if you've been in business for years, for example, and you've always had undocumented immigrants working for you, and that gave you the advantage of bringing your costs down so you could sell more. Maybe that's what people have done. And then all of a sudden now you don't have the workers and now you have to pay more money, meaning that your prices are going to go up for your avocados. Now you're not competing anymore. Now you're in trouble. So I don't know. The person that's owning this business, for all we know, he's been making millions off of it because he's been paying so little. So I mean, and he just is greedy now and doesn't want to pay. I think we're in a greedy age, by the way. I think that's exactly what's happening. We're in a greedy age right now. There's a lot of greed.
Oh, I see.
There's a lot of greed happening right now, especially about money. So, the taxes and whatnot. You don't think so?
No, I think it's pretty consistent with previous years that I've been alive.
Ivanka Trump was making only $16 million the last few years. This year alone, she's made $82 million this last year. Can you believe that? That's crazy. You don't think that her daddy being the president didn't help? Of course that helped. See? That's greed, man.
So we're going to throw privilege out there. Okay, that's fine. I think that happens more than just for the president.
You don't believe in white privilege?
Do I believe in white privilege? No.
Yeah. You don't believe in it?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I know way too many very successful non-white people.
Well, I'm just saying, but you don't think that there's a thing called white privileged?
Oh, there is a thing called white privilege.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering. So
yeah,
anyway,
do I think that they take the rhetoric a little bit too far with it? Of course they do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, what about the deficit?
Well, I mean, okay, let's get back to the thing. What were you saying now? You want me to know what the president has done, President Trump?
Yeah, right.
Because there's a lot of things me and you have talked about over the last few months that you didn't agree with.
And then I drive you crazy.
Yeah, we have fun little arguments, but
yeah,
we're friends and that's fun. I get on you because you're so far left, it's crazy.
And you're so far right. But that's the way the country's come to. Why are you laughing?
Well, because I'm like, you hate to talk about Hillary and Obama and everything because you say, what does that have to do with the president? No, well, it has a lot to do with it. He had a lot of cleanup to do when he got here.
Right.
And he did it fast. He did it in a fast manner, and he said he would. This was all on his platform when he was running, how fast he would do it.
Right.
And people still voted for him.
I know.
So, you know what I mean? What did Obama do about Syria? in the chemical weapons?
Not much. But
No, well, he did draw a line, didn't he?
well,
Did he draw a line?
I I think he was scared of Putin, to be honest with you.
But he did draw a line, didn't he?
Well,
You agree with that?
yeah.
Did he enforce that red line?
No,
No, he let them kill all those innocent people, didn't he?
right?
What happened when they did it when Trump was president?
He dropped a couple of bombs, but that was it.
Couple?
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't really do much.
Oh, you don't think it did much?
Nah, he didn't. He didn't blow up anything. I mean, he hit an airfield and that was it. You know.
You don't think Assad took a bad military hit on it with the rebels?
Well, I don't know because as far
Well,
as
you should read up on that. He took a bad hit.
okay, yeah. I don't know, to be honest with you. So
You saying? Well, I'm pretty sure you agree probably because you said a lot of things about the FBI and stuff. So I guess you agree that there was collusion with the presidential race.
I do,
Trump
but
and
I,
his
but I
people.
but I don't
Okay.
but I don't think Trump knows. I think he's too stupid. So honestly, I think he had so many people running for him, and yes, there was collusion. It's proven there was collusion, but with Donald Trump,
But he did.
I don't.
He did send.
Sorry, I was
Go
just going to say I don't think Trump knows that there was collusion. That like he doesn't believe it, right? But I think in his campaign, I think it was all over the place. He just didn't see it because he was too busy. He's running, he's campaigning. You know, that's why to this day he says there's no collusion. That's what I believe.
Oh, I see.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't think Russia made him president?
I think there was an influence. Absolutely. There's Facebook.
Really?
There was Facebook ads. There were all sorts of stuff. Twitter ads. And Facebook even came out and said it. They had all was it 300 fake accounts or something like that were paid for, and
They did.
yeah. So and you know what? Look what's happened. I mean, you call out for fake news and everything's fake, and you know before President Trump, there was no fake news. Nobody talked about fake news. You know, did they? Did they really say that? Come on. It never happened. Nobody discussed it. It was not even a word. And all of a sudden, Trump comes along and says, well, this guy, I don't like what CNN's talking about me. They're talking about me grabbing some lady's pussy. So all of a sudden, now he goes on Facebook, or on Facebook, he goes out on to the campaign trail and says, it's all fake news. You know? I mean, he convinces people. Well, you know what? He sat there and he said, he said he was sorry by groping that woman, that Hollywood Access tape. He said he was sorry, went on TV, and it was done. And then maybe a few months later, he started saying, well, that tape wasn't me. It wasn't me on the tape, and it's fake news. And people started believing it. Come on, it was him. He had already admitted it.
So you believe there is no fake news then? All news is true.
I do believe news and journalists make mistakes. Mistakes. Not as in fake news. I don't believe there is fake news unless you want to watch something from The Onion or read an article from The Onion. That's fake. Now, what I see though is CNN, for example, because I know you love CNN so much. So
I love Don Lemon, right?
But listen, hear me out. So CNN, for example, they'll actually have a conservative and they'll have their liberal view about what's going on, but they're discussing it and they actually have a discussion, and you have the conservative going off and yelling or doing whatever they're doing, and they actually have a discussion. But we go to Fox and watch on Fox. Okay,
don't say it, Aaron. Don't say it.
It's all right. It's all right.
No, that's not true. There's debates every single day with left and right.
I have never seen anything on the left. It's always been
Aaron, they put left people up there all the time.
Really? Who?
All of them. Activists of every type for whatever the cause is.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Fox will always say their opinion. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody. Look at Sean Hannity. Oh, my God. He's not even a journalist, that guy. But he will sit there, and he's just off on the right the whole time, and he's calling liberals this and liberals that. I don't see that on CNN. They don't talk like that on CNN.
So you watch CNN regularly? So you're going to tell me.
I watch MSNBC,
I'm
CNN.
watching you on video, so
Okay.
I know there's a delay, but I'm going to watch your face after
Okay.
you answer this.
Okay.
You honestly going to tell me that Don Lemon does not inject his personal opinion on everything he says?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes,
That's a
he does.
CNN reporter. That's an anchor.
Yes.
So what do you mean the CNN doesn't do it?
Okay, one guy. I guess you can compare him to Sean Hannity.
It's on every news station. You're a favorite. ABC. Come on.
Come on.
NBC.
MSNBC.
Oh yeah. Or CNN.
I'm gonna start watching The View.
There you go.
There you
I
go.
believe it.
But
Okay, let's go back to collusion.
okay, what do you want to talk about?
What's Russia's biggest problem right now? I would say it's probably Ukraine.
The biggest
Did-
problem,
did-
or what? Okay,
Yeah, the biggest problem that they're having on their borders is Ukraine.
okay.
Okay, did Trump not have an arms package sent to Ukraine?
Okay.
To help
yes.
them?
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things you asked me. What has he done as president? I mean, they wanted a democracy.
But
They had
it's
a democracy.
Kind of
They
late
were-
now. The Ukraine.
They were
demolished.
Wait a minute. Why was
Okay.
it late, Aaron? Why was it late?
Wow.
Why was it demolished?
That I will
Was it
say
gonna
is
be-
because Obama did not want to get into a war with Russia. That I know.
How could he get into a war? He didn't have any troops even in Europe anymore.
Who?
he'd already taken care of that.
Who? Oh, yeah.
He'd already taken our troops out of Europe.
Yeah, but you got to remember too is that back when he was campaigning, that's what he campaigned on is pulling the troops back. You know, that was the whole deal. Everybody wanted the troops. Nobody wanted to be at war. So where do you balance it? Hey,
You balance it. You balance it by not going and telling Ukraine, you know what, democracy is the way to be,
right,
and Ukraine agreeing to it and living a happy life under democracy.
right,
And then when they're invaded because some leader believes that
some leader,
that property belongs to them,
right,
you don't leave them just out in the cold. You back them up.
well, listen, Obama.
Well,
there's a lot of things I don't like what Obama did too. So and
You think Poland should just be left alone there?
the
Come
which
on.
who? Poland.
Poland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a lot of troops there now because of who? Trump, not Obama.
right.
I mean, he's put sanctions on Russia. He's imposed new sanctions on Moscow. We know that.
Right.
So, I mean, you're talking about all this collusion that he helped him become president, and then he turns around.
But again, that's collusion I don't think he is aware of.
Oh, I see.
See, I think, and I told you that, but there was collusion. You know that, right?
Hmm.
Look, Paul Manafort, and there's 30 charges against all these people. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then you got Trey Gowdy, who's going all crazy, during the congressional hearings, and Jordan. I mean, they looked stupid because they were going after Rosenstein, whatever his name is, and he's just trying to do his job, and they're saying, you got to finish it now, It's only been 13 months. And don't forget, when Trey Gowdy did his investigation on Benghazi, that was 2.5 years. So, they're being ridiculous. This is what I'm saying, the right side, everyone's a hypocrite, right and the left. I get that, and it's pretty pathetic. But how do you, but as the
People
president,
don't like Trey, but people don't like Trey because he asks the hard questions. He's the one that wants the actual answers.
right,
He doesn't get them.
right.
Look at it when they're hammering Hillary about Benghazi. You saw her answer. You saw her frustration.
Yeah.
What does it matter now?
Doesn't.
This happened, God knows how long ago. What does it matter now? Well, it matters a lot now to a lot of families and people that died over there.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
That's who you wanted as president?
But you can turn around and use President Trump on the same thing when he was to the white supremacists, the white supremacists when they were, when that lady got killed. You can talk about. You could say, Trump has been spouting off about fake news and how the media is the enemy, and then you have some guy, which we can't prove, but I mean, it looks really bad when you have some guy walk into a newspaper and start shooting up everybody. You know, it just doesn't look good. And then you got Donald Trump sitting there going, "Ooh, well, this should never happen." You know, to journalists, dude, you've been spouting off for how long about the journalists being, or the media being the evil people. So I mean, you're going to have people out there that are hardcore Trump supporters that are crazy and that are going to do stuff like this. It happens on the other side too. If it was a liberal, I mean, you know, shooting a guy playing baseball, it happens. But as president, this is my problem. As president, he's got to shut up, and he's got to sit there or stand there and talk to the world and say, I know he's unconventional, but you know, spouting off about people having low IQs or giving them, you know, horrible nicknames. I mean, basically he's saying he's better than everybody else and his shit doesn't stink, and that's a problem. You know, I think he would, because everybody says, oh, we're attacking Donald Trump. Why are you attacking Donald Trump? This person says everybody's after Donald Trump. It's because of what he does and how he says things. And words matter. Do you agree with that?
Of course.
Okay.
He's not your typical president.
And
I understand that.
And
I understand. And
people are getting hurt
people.
because of it. No different.
I agree.
No different than Hillary Clinton in Benghazi. I know that's a real touchy subject with you.
Whoa! Now you're not talking about words.
Well,
you're talking about her actions.
Okay, it's no different than Donald Trump's actions. It's the same thing.
No. You were just talking about the words that he says hurts people, and I agree.
And yeah, and
but
what he
her
does.
actions, her actions alone got people killed.
Not alone. There was more people involved.
Oh, come on! Why do you keep letting her off the hook?
Because if she had done something so like horrible, like everybody says, or not everybody, but you know, a lot of people that are upset about the Benghazi situation, then why isn't she in jail?
Because haven't you been reading the text messages that these FBI agents were writing at the time that they were investigating?
And they said when the IG report came out, it even states in there that it had no bearing or influence at all. You had two FBI agents, big deal. Now, I would be a little concerned about Clinton going to talk to Loretta Lynch.
Well, that should bother everybody. But hold on. Let's go back to the IG because you mentioned it. So basically you're saying we don't believe any other governmental agency, what they do or what they say. We believe the IG.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you don't believe in the FBI. They're crooked.
No.
You believe in the IG.
No. The FBI isn't crooked. You had a couple of bad apples, which you have anywhere.
Oh.
That's not the whole FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I right? So you got a couple of bad police officers with Laredo PD. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it becomes a big shitstorm.
If you say so.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. If you did, and then it becomes something happens, and it becomes a big shitstorm, and everybody's talking about it. Is the entire department corrupt, or is it just those two officers?
Those two.
Well, then there you go.
But it's not those two. Okay. Is the investigation itself corrupt? If those two corrupt officers were the ones in charge of the investigation?
Well, they said that wasn't.
Then the investigation becomes corrupt, right?
No.
Why?
So maybe you started an investigation, for example, because of these
you
two
changed it
FBI...
to police officers.
Huh?
You want to use the example of police officers. You used it, Laredo police officers.
Okay, yes.
That's what you used.
Yes.
So let's take two corrupt detectives investigating a high-profile murder.
Sure.
And you find out that these two guys are corrupt during their investigation or after the investigation.
Right. Maybe there's a judge involved or something trying to get them off.
Yeah. Now you're going to tell me that a whole investigation is not corrupt now?
Okay. No. Now here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. So you're the supervisor, okay, or you're the sergeant, and you're maybe in charge of it. You have nothing to do with that, but you find out these two guys, okay, are corrupt and they're siding with a judge because they want to help this guy get off, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you walk in and you can take control and kick these guys out, but the investigation can continue on, okay? Yeah, maybe some evidence got a little screwed up or whatever, but you know what? you are still going to finish the investigation, aren't you? And somebody is still going to go to jail, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the problem? And now the FBI, to me, that's something sacred, I think, in America. I mean, you've got Donald Trump sitting there and bashing him nonstop. I mean, to me, that is ludicrous. That's crazy. This is the FBI. They're the best of the best. They are the elite. And for him to do that, I think, is really demoralizing. And I know it's what he does, and I don't know why he's doing it, other than maybe he thinks they're after him too. Maybe he is hiding something. I don't know, but it really looks suspicious. But that's like going around and saying, there was this great TV show on A&E that was showing the Laredo police officers, and I thought it was a good show. But a lot of people didn't like it because it portrayed these police officers as, lazy, taco-eating, Mexican cops,
Hispanic, okay.
Hispanic cops. Yeah, but that's what some people said, right? I thought it was a great show. Same scenario, so. Do you agree?
I agree with some things you say. I don't agree with everything. I don't think he's bashing. I haven't seen him bash the whole FBI. I'm seeing him bashing certain people, and I think those people that are being bashed deserve it.
I agree with that. I think I think if you're an FBI agent, you keep your politics to yourself, your religion to yourself. You do your job. I agree with that. Now, that's no different than the news. Like when Ed Lavandera, when he was here filming La Guardia Loca, I ran into him and we got to chatting, and I started trying to bring up Donald Trump with him. You know what? He would not talk to me about politics, and that's when it kind of dawned on me that this guy is good. Because
who is this?
Ed Lavandera. He's a reporter, and with CNN. And you know what? That's when it dawned on me that these guys, depending on who they are, even in the media, you have to be straight and narrow. Like that's why I don't do any journalism when I write my stuff. I mean, I don't write it. I mean, I just repost it. But if I had to write something, it's going to be biased, and I can't do that. I don't want to do that. So that's why whenever I post stuff on Facebook, it basically comes from the horse's mouth. You got the PIO.
No.
My comments, that's different. My comments are different.
You copy and paste a lot of the left publications.
On my personal Facebook, yes, but not on my news site. On my news site,
okay.
No. It's totally that's and there's stuff on there I post that I'm like, I actually don't want to post it, but I do it anyway because people want to see that stuff. Like I've been noticing lately, the Border Patrol agents, the whole articles that are coming out now from the Border Patrol station, instead of saying that they've arrested 10 illegal undocumented immigrants, you know what they're saying now? We've rescued 10 illegal undocumented immigrants. So they're changing everything into a rescue. And there's been a lot of rescues lately. So I thought that was interesting. It's a different way of spinning it a bit, and I get it because right now they're under a lot of
hard lately.
Yeah. So I understand that. And the other thing I've been noticing is tons of stash houses that I've never seen before. Like every day there's an article about a stash house. 10 to 50 illegal immigrants. I get it. I get that there's a problem. I totally understand it. So, and I anyway. So back to
you just don't want it enforced. Back to what?
No. I didn't say that. Of course you have to enforce it.
No.
But hey, do you know about that girl that won in New York? That Latina girl, that social democrat. You heard about that?
I read about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah. I think it's huge.
What do you think? Is it a good thing or a bad thing for America?
I think it's a good thing.
Really?
I think, and I think that's why we see more running for office. Some that don't win, of course, but I mean, at least I see them getting out there and trying to make a difference.
Okay. That's good.
I agree with that.
Okay. So I have a question for you, Robert. How do we get along? How does the right and how does the left get along? How do we do this? How do you and I talk a lot. We yell at each other. We throw insults at each other. But at the end of the day, you and I are good friends. I consider you a really good friend. So, but I don't take it personally. A lot of people do.
Neither do I. I don't take it personal.
But a lot of people
I take
do.
it personal when you drop a bomb, and we start to debate it, and then you disappear.
Oh, well, it's just sometimes I get tired.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes it just goes too far, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm exhausted now. Like Ismail, he's always on there just going nonstop. So anyway, but I just want to know how do we come together? I mean, if you had a leader, okay, you had Donald Trump, and he just said, listen, I want everybody to sit down across from each other. And it would probably be a shock the hell out of me, but he'll never do it. But he said, listen, we need to work together. Let's everybody get together. In Congress, he did that whole speech where they're going to do an immigration thing on DACA. And he called it, he was going to call it the Bill of Love. And he had Republicans and Democrats in the same room. They're all sitting down at the table, and they're ready to go. And the next day, they had drafted a bill. And Donald Trump said he would sign anything. It didn't matter. It was going to be a bill of love. And he didn't do it. So when he does these things...
But there were some things in the bill he didn't get, though, that he was asking for, because he thought that there would be...
But he said it didn't matter.
Understanding on both sides of the aisle. And there wasn't. How do we get along? First of all, we need to dump some people like Pelosi and Schumer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Schumer's not so bad. Pelosi, she's got to go.
I'll let you keep...
You let me keep...
Oh, what's that guy's name? Adam, what's his name? Schaaf or whatever? He's pretty vocal for the left, but on Congress. But we can leave him. Congress, the aisle needs to get closer. And I think that's the only thing that's going to change this country. They're too far apart in their ideas, and a lot of it has to do with, and I'm sorry, you're not going to believe me. If you believe me, okay, but a lot of it has to do with their hatred just for the man Trump. They're not going to come together. If it had been a different Republican, if it had been Jeb Bush or somebody else in there, then we wouldn't be having such a hatred from the left to the right.
But don't you think it's Donald Trump who's caused all that?
As a person.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, not the things he's done.
No, as a person. Exactly.
As a personality, yes. Yeah, I agree, of course.
Okay.
I'm saying he takes a lot of bashing for the things that he's done and hasn't done as a president. When all that bashing, not all of it, but a lot of that bashing is just because of his personality.
Now, a lot of this happened as well with Obama too, because when Obama became president, I remember watching on TV Mitch McConnell saying, and what's his name? Who was the Speaker of the House?
Mitch McConnell spoke a lot too much. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was who was the Speaker of the House then? What was his name? Can't remember his name.
For which one?
From the Republicans. What was his name? Anyway, they said on TV.
Speaker, you're talking about the Speaker of the House for what though?
Oh, it was.
You're talking about Paul Ryan?
No, it was before him. What was his name? I forgot. Anyway, my point being,
which one.
Yeah, my point being is that when Obama was there, they said directly to him, "We are not going to work with you."
I'm sorry, and you broke up.
We are not going to work with you. That's what they told Obama. They refused.
We're not what?
They weren't.
You're really breaking up.
They weren't going to work with Obama.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And they said that several times, and that's what they did. It was very difficult, So I think it stems from that. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because he was a black president or what it was, and they made it very difficult. They refused to work with him. And ever since then, I think it's been an issue. What do you think?
Yeah, Speaker of the House has a big responsibility. A lot of things are said, and a lot of Congress follows them, of course, from their side. And things are said irresponsibly, and as I would do, as well as I do, that things that are said stick with people, and it causes problems. I agree.
So how do we fix it other than you say, I mean, it does ultimately come down to us as a human, each of us. Look what's happening right now. There's an uproar on the left where they were quiet all this time, and now all of a sudden it's like more and more every day. They're out there fighting and protesting, and, it's not looking good. But it's like a civil war is going to break out. Again, Trump would probably be very happy. He likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he'd be blamed for it, of course. Yeah.
Well, if you don't sit there, you're the principal of the school, right? And you in your school's out of control. Whose fault is it? It's no different.
If you're the principal and the school's out of control.
Yes, you got students that are all over the place. You're the principal of the school. Get a hold of your students and do something. It is no different. Donald Trump needs to do something. He's not doing anything. If anything, he just fuels
He's not
the
doing
fire.
anything.
Oh, my God. He sits there and he attacks the Democrats nonstop. Stop doing that.
How long has he been the president?
13 months, right? No. Yes, no.
Well, we're what, in the third quarter?
I don't know. Anyway.
4, 8, so yeah, we're in the third quarter, no?
My point being is that he is the president. He needs to stop saying the Democrats are this, Democrats are that. And if he stopped doing that and actually praised a Democrat here and there, to show some love, then I think both sides might go, well, this is not so bad.
Did he show some love for the Jewish people in Israel?
What are you talking
Which
about?
we have a huge population for here, and the Democrats didn't like that. How many presidents before Trump promised?
I think that was, but that's a
that
type.
he would move the capital.
If you're talking about Palestine and West Bank and all that stuff, that's a real touchy subject.
It's a touchy subject. You had
Sure
what,
it is.
4 or 5 presidents before him promised American people.
Yes, but
the
reason they didn't do that, but the reason they did do that was because it would be a slap in the face to the Palestinians, which it was, which is exactly what they did.
What's your alliance with the Palestinians here?
Well, no, come on. I mean, they want. So what's going to happen?
Hold on. The worst person in your mind that you can think of besides Trump is Hitler, because that's who you compare him to.
Wow.
Now when there's a chance to help the Jewish people,
you're
saying, well, hold on, let's don't upset the Palestinians.
Well, the whole.
I don't get it.
That's a real touchy subject over there.
Why is it touchy?
Well, because
Trump did everything possible.
Because if you would have left it alone,
debate to upset Jeb Bush.
Because everybody all presidents left it alone, because that way it would just kept the peace, and it kind of did. But by doing what he did was a big slap in the face. So
a slap in the face to who?
Palestinians. Don't you think they were looking, because America, the United States, was trying to be, again, they were trying to make both sides happy, and that's why they didn't do anything for years.
Well, we're slapping them
by doing what they did. They took sides, and that they didn't like that.
We're slapping the Mexican government in the face, so we should stop. Immigration enforcement, so we stop slapping them in the face.
Let's talk. Why would Donald Trump?
Let me ask you a question.
Attack Canadians.
Does he want to build a wall to keep people in, or keep people out?
What, the wall? The wall's
going to
the wall's going to look stupid. I don't even know why they're doing that.
But is it to keep people in or keep people out? Because I mean, how many people are fleeing America?
Well, more people are leaving than they are coming in.
More people are leaving than coming in?
Yes, that's a proven stat.
Case, and then we should stop the immigration policy and let people in.
No, but that's a stat. That's an actual stat. More people are leaving than coming in. But the crisis right now is because of the people from Honduras and Guatemala and that stuff, and claiming asylum. That's the crisis.
Not Mexico.
I haven't heard anything about Mexico lately. I'm sure.
No, you're saying that
drugs. I'm sure
none of the illegal immigrants are from Mexico. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm sure there are. They're from all over the world. I see a lot even coming from India.
Mostly from where? Mostly from where, though?
Right now, I think what I'm seeing, because I get the stats every day, it's usually Guatemala and Honduras. That's a lot of people coming. And I think the people from Mexico.
Well, hold on. So you're saying Central America?
Yes.
Okay.
And India.
So the wall between Mexico and Central America is not working then?
Which wall?
There's a wall. Mexico built a wall between them and Central America.
Okay, yeah, it's not working.
They're not allowed to do it. Okay, so their wall's not working.
Right.
Okay, so obviously they're letting them in, no? And obviously they're letting them go all the way through Mexico to get to here.
No.
Do you agree?
No.
No?
No. I think they found a way. No, because they actually had I don't know who it was, but they went on and went followed they went onto a bridge, and there's a wall there, and basically they went underneath the bridge and crossed, and they were on the other side. It was just they found a way around it. That's basically what it came down to.
So they're not enforcing it as much as you say.
I would say that. I would say
that.
I would say probably a little bit of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do so many people want to flee their countries to come to this
one? Movies, what they see on TV, freedom. I mean,
There's over 200 countries of freedom.
Yeah, but
freedom's overrated.
Well, no. But it's closer. I mean, I think a lot of them also go to Canada if they can get through here. This is the way I mean, how do you get to Canada? You have to go through the United States, right? Otherwise, how are you going to get there? So, unless there was a pathway, I'm sure they would all bypass America, and maybe that's what Trump should do. Instead of building a wall, build a really long bridge on the side near California. It goes right up to Canada.
Build a train track. It goes all the way.
There you go. A bullet train. A bullet train.
And Canada would open their arms wide up and say, "Come on in."
And that's what they're doing. I just saw that today. No, really. Really, Justin Trudeau is opening his arms and asking them to come to Canada.
Nobody wants to live on a block of ice. Give me a break.
What?
And eat maple syrup.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me?
No. Hey, I know. Jeez. You're so evil, man.
Why am I evil? It's the truth.
Canadians are nice people. You know that.
I love Canadians.
Yeah. Yeah. Except you pick on them all the time because they're weak.
I get along with you, don't I?
They're weak, right?
I get along with you, don't I?
Yeah. But they're weak, right? Is that the problem?
No, I'm not saying they're weak. What I'm saying is, we got better things to spend our money on than military. This is what Canada says. We got better things to spend our money on than military.
Right.
We're going to have some other things built here and do some other things. But, if we get into some shit, the United States is right next to us, so don't mess with us. They're our ally. Well, that's not very fair.
Why?
Because the American people have to spend a lot of money on their military.
Okay, and we don't, and Canada doesn't do a lot for the United States. I mean, dude, we gave. Oh my God, we gave you.
Y'all got like a.
Canada's given you Justin Bieber. They've given you Drake, Celine Dion.
They give us Toronto.
Huh?
Toronto.
Toronto. What about Toronto?
They give us Toronto. Great city.
Well, no, Toronto's Canada. In Canada.
Yeah, it's a great city.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Hockey. I mean,
hockey.
There's all sorts of stuff that Canada has contributed to the United States, and without them, which I mean, you got Trump insulting Canada. That was horrible. I think what he did. This is what I'm saying. If Trump would just stop this shit, he wouldn't get picked on so much.
But look at his personality. He doesn't care to get picked on. All he cares about
he cares.
Putting forth
he cares. You know he cares.
I think he loves fighting with you.
His wife doesn't even sleep with him anymore. She's in Mar-a-Lago, and Trump's all by himself in the White House with his cheeseburger and watching TV, eating McDonald's in bed.
If you have all that information, you have more. You're better than the FBI. You're a funny guy.
I know. Listen, I know, like even the tax thing that Trump did. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Tax reform.
Actually, I think it's a good thing. When I read as much as I can, it's historic. Regulatory reform. I mean, it's always going to have economic growth. It's just getting somebody to do it, to take the chance, to be able to get people together to write the reform. I think it's been, what they say, I'll go with both of those channels here, and we'll split it up. It's been, 30, 35 years since the last tax reform? and you have a man that steps up and does it. It took a lot, to do that. Obama's tax reform was. You don't think it was smothering us? I mean, it was killing us.
Do you think who's benefiting on the tax reform though? Not your average, ordinary,
okay,
blue collar.
Let's talk logical now. Let's talk logical.
Okay.
Okay. Who's benefiting? Everybody in the United States is benefiting.
The rich.
Are more people benefiting than others? Yes.
Yes.
But everybody's benefiting.
So
yes, I agree. I know where you're headed. That's what I'm saying. You say you don't like to answer questions where you don't know where the argument's headed.
Right.
I know where your argument's headed here.
Because we argued about it before.
Yeah, the big corporations are really,
right.
Really, 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 really benefiting.
And I get that. That's an incentive because it's killing Canada. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, there you go. But what I'm saying is, you and you are a hard worker. I admit you're always out there doing work, but you're benefiting. I'm benefiting, but the large corporations are benefiting also, but at a higher rate. Yes, we're all benefiting.
So
we were way overdue. We were way overdue for tax reform.
But now you've introduced tariffs, and now you got businesses that are ready to escape and go to another country because the tariffs are going to kill them.
Well, yeah, and they need to look at that. They need to look at the comparison in taxes and tariffs. But trade wars, I mean, number one, it's a fact of life, and number two,
doesn't have to be.
Well, you're never going to have. You have your major. Let's talk about your major powerhouse countries here: China, Russia, United States, in the financial and global market, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about your major countries. You're not going to get all these countries together and say we're all going to take equal share of what we're supposed to. Everybody wants a little bit more than their share. And if China's getting more in trade, I understand Trump stepping up and saying, why are you getting more than us? Or Russia, why are you getting more than us? It's time to even it out. And I don't have a problem with that. You have a problem, I understand, because you're from Canada and you have a problem with the tariffs on Canada.
No.
Should Canada benefit more than the United States, even though...
Actually, no, it doesn't. If you go to the world I sent you all that information on Facebook.
I know. I read it. You sent it to me. I saw it.
And you see that everything evens out. Okay, yes, there is a 275% tariff on butter, right? Or was it not butter? Dairy. So, and it's funny because it's no different than gasoline. Did you know gasoline is shipped, and oil and gas is shipped from Canada to the United States. It's refined and then sent back to Canada. So Canada, they're paying more money for gasoline. It's ridiculous. And then United States, they have all this oil and gas in Alaska, and they refuse to drill for it. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Technically, if Trump, he should just say, hey, listen, we're going up to Alaska and we're going to start drilling. He should. I agree. That's what he should do. But he doesn't. I don't know why. I know he started, with the oil rigs off the coast of Florida, in the Gulf. But that's a good thing, obviously. But I know Trump wants to go after other countries and get their oil, invade them and take their oil. He's mentioned that many times. But back to the tariff thing. I mean, listen, if NAFTA is not settled, it's going to kill Laredo. Laredo will be done. And that's a big deal. And it's scary, too, because a lot of these companies rely on NAFTA. We got import and export.
Well, a lot of companies benefited and made a ton of money on NAFTA.
Okay.
Let's be realistic.
How's that?
What do you mean, how is that?
How does a company make a lot of money through NAFTA?
How do companies make a lot of money on NAFTA?
Yes. How do they benefit? No, I'm asking so, people want to know.
What do you mean, how does it benefit?
How does it benefit?
When you can have cheap labor,
okay,
and then have your product shipped back,
right?
After that, how does that not benefit big companies?
So in other words, you have a car manufacturer that gets their parts made in Mexico, but they ship it back here and assemble it.
Well, actually, yeah, they're pretty much assembled. Yeah, the whole car is assembled back here. Yeah.
Right, right.
With the parts assembled over there. Yeah.
So if there's no NAFTA, what do you think is going to happen?
Word. What were they called? What did you say the other day? Sweatshop.
That's where those kids are working at, man.
Yeah.
No, but
okay.
Anyway, the whole NAFTA thing, I think, is it's a mess. Well,
let me ask you. Let me ask you. Okay, just answer this question.
Sure.
And I'll let you be. But hold on. At what point in this world do you say, you know what? You're from this country. You're from this country. You're from this country. We understand you want to come here, but why don't you make your country better through your government? Why don't you make a place nice for you to live instead of wanting to go somewhere else where there's already a place where you want to live? You see what I'm saying? Why don't just take Mexico for example? Why don't they step up to their government?
It's a third world country.
They receive ungodly amounts from other countries in federal aid every year. Is that money distributed back to the people? Is there even a middle class?
I don't even know where that money goes. But maybe that's where the government needs to come in and say, listen, we give you trillions of dollars every year or billions, whatever it is. What are you doing with it? We want to be a part of it. India, the U.S. has been giving India tons of money, and what are they doing with it? I think the biggest problem right now is China. In the economy side, oh man, they're ripping. And here's the thing: where do you get the best of both worlds, right? Because if you're a corporation and like iPhone or Apple, and you've developed this iPhone and you spend all this money on it, and you're making money, next thing you know, China's copied it and they're selling knockoffs, in China. Yes, and they've gone in there, and Apple's gone in there, and they've gotten the government to go after them and all this. But who wants to benefit off that? The consumers, us guys. We want to. Instead of paying $1,000 for a phone, I can get one from China for $200.
You have the website?
For what? No. I'm just making a point. I'm just. I have no idea. But there's all sorts of stuff, watches, all sorts of things. I mean, I was at the mall the other day, and they were selling, perfume.
You were in Somalia the other day?
The Mall del Norte.
Oh,
Somalia. I'm tired. I'm probably slurring. I don't know. I'm not even drinking. Go figure.
You're not drinking your Moosehead?
No, I'm not even drinking. Oh my God. But my point being is that I was there the other day. The guy was selling like high-end Polo and cologne and all that stuff. A bottle which you would cost $80, pick it up for $10.
Mm-hmm.
You don't tell me that's not a knockoff?
Sure it is.
Okay. But I would rather pay $10 for something like that. I know it's wrong, but that's what we do here. Then that's why China is making so much money.
Because of the knockoffs?
Absolutely. Which... all the copyright stuff, I mean, what they're doing is wrong, but if we're willing to buy it, it's like drugs, right? Marijuana and all that stuff. There's a supply and demand. Yes, it's illegal. People know it's illegal, but they're still buying it. Why do you think the drug mules are always coming over here?
No, according to your people, it's legal.
Well, in Canada, yeah. Not yet. October 17th.
No, you're left.
My left?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That was the open borders thing? See, that's the thing, too. The Democrats aren't saying it's open borders and they don't want crime. They don't want that stuff. I don't agree with the whole sanctuary city thing and criminals.
You don't?
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with sanctuary city?
No.
Why not?
Because if you have criminals, they're criminals. It's like hiding in a church. It depends on what the criminal act is, obviously. I mean... if they're DWIs, if they're, it really depends on the situation. But if it's a speeding ticket or something like that, and they're claiming it's because it's a criminal thing, right? That's not a big deal. But, hiding criminals in a city, that's wrong. I think that's wrong. I'm sorry.
You still there?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I
I
think.
was going to talk to you earlier about your sound system
What about it?
because I don't know. It's like I've listened to you on like two different phones. Actually, maybe they're knockoffs from China. I don't know, but I've listened to two different phones, but I can't get the volume high enough.
Oh, really?
Because so it has to be basically on your end.
It could be. It could be. We're still testing things out and trying to make things work.
Oh, it sounds great. It's just
Yeah.
I wish I could get it a little bit louder, especially when you have your professor on there.
Why is he low?
He makes some good points. What's that?
Has he got low audio or what?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look into it. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how that works, but I don't know if you. Put
Well, if you can take a Benadryl and come over here one day, I think we could put something together. A really nice show. I mean, this was
if you
fun.
could get
We talked for 2 hours, and it was interesting.
Well, yeah, but if you could get the cat lady to let some of the cats go, we'd be all right.
That's not going to happen. You know that. There's no way that's going to happen. No way. Hey, are you getting any allergies with this dust that's coming in from the Sahara?
I had to work. Well, I had to work earlier. I was outside for a couple hours at a park, and yeah, it hit me hard. So I have it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. I got a pain in my sinuses right now, so.
I don't know.
And a pain in my ass on the phone. I mean, what?
how long is it supposed to last?
That I don't know, but it was quite big. It's probably going to be here for a week, so it's going to be here for a while, I think. But I still think that I like this idea of the show. Dad's Incorporated is what I called it. I'm just having a little fun with it, and this was my first little attempt here. It's on YouTube instead of Facebook because I found Facebook that there's too many people locally on it. So just wanted to try something a little different. But I think if you came over here, we could sit there and have a nice little chat about stuff like this. We could have guests come on and talk about all sorts of cool stuff, and really get into it. What do
you want to bring on?
Anybody. It could be about anything. That's the thing. We can talk about anything. We can talk about things. I mean, everybody here on these little shows talk about politics all the time. I know it's a hot topic, but there's other things to talk about too. Talk about cars. We can talk about hobbies. Hobbies. Maybe that's what we all need to do is get a freaking hobby so we can all get our mind off of what's going on.
You have a hobby?
Yeah, I got a hobby. My ham radio.
What's your hobby?
My ham radio.
Radio?
Oh, ham radio. Yeah.
Ham radio.
Yeah. It's a fun hobby. I've been a ham now for 26 years.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
So,
you told me about that.
It's before internet and Facebook.
You talk
and
to
all
people
this
all
stuff.
over the world, don't you?
Yep. I do more listening now than anything, but at least I have the ability.
How do you all understand each other when you talk to people from countries far away?
It's all English.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep. It's the international language is English. So.
I wonder why that is.
Don't know. Maybe because America made him talk. I don't know. I'm kidding.
I think that's Trump's fault.
Oh boy. Yeah. It's all Trump's fault.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're so bad.
Well.
But I think you'd enjoy this hobby, since you're old and got
we?
nothing. Yeah. I think you'd like it. It's we do a lot of stuff with the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts. We do they get a radio badge every year. We go out there and show them what they can do with JOTA, the Jamboree on the Air. There's so many different fast. I can't even talk now. There's so many different things you can do in the amateur radio hobby. You can talk to the International Space Station because all the astronauts that go up, they get their ham license before they go up. So you can talk to astronauts. We do stuff with the schools where we set it up where the schools apply through ARIS, which is the Amateur Radio on the International Space Station program. And we'll set up antennas on the school and have a big day where they get a chance to talk to astronauts. So that's really cool, and it's a good educational thing. And we do stuff with the Red Cross, with the Amateur Radio Emergency Services. We work with TxDOT or DPS, RACES, which is a whole bunch of cool things that we do. So, and just just if you want to talk, But we're there if there's a disaster. That's the whole idea. We're there to help. When Hurricane Katrina and Rita, when they hit, they did a lot of damage and they knocked out all the communications, and amateur radio operators came in and helped. So, and the cool part, since you're in law enforcement, there's a I don't know what it's called, but if there's a disaster and you're a ham radio operator, you can actually go help and still get paid by your department. So, yeah, you're like a liaison, but you still get paid. So you're doing something fun, but at the same time, you're getting paid, and they can't stop it. So it's kind of cool.
Do you do this on a daily basis?
With the hobby? Yeah. Kind of. I mean, I always have a radio on or listening or, see what's going on. Especially during hurricane season. I listen a lot, so. And that's
you talk to people in Canada?
Not lately, no. Damn Canadians.
I'm just worried about my maple syrup.
Oh, man. Nah, your maple syrup's good. But I'm sure you can go up there and visit it around October, mid-October, late October.
They'll let me in?
Well, maybe. But that's when they're...
Because they don't have immigration policies, right?
Oh, my God. It's more secure up there than it is here.
Oh, well, how's that possible?
Oh, it is. It is very, very secure up there.
Wait a minute. You don't want immigration policy here, but you want to keep it over there?
No. I didn't say that. I was just talking about the kids, man. That's what I'm worried about. They don't separate. At least they're not evil up there. They don't separate families and stuff like that.
What do they do with them?
Oh,
They throw them in the same cell or what?
Oh, probably. I have no idea.
Oh.
I don't know. But Canadians are not known to be evil. I'm saying
they're not known what?
I'm not saying Americans are evil. I'm just saying Canadians are not known to be evil.
You're saying no what though? They're not what?
They're not evil.
Oh. They can't afford to be evil.
Canadians are nice.
Well, they have to be.
Why?
They have no choice.
What do you mean they have no choice? I saw Justin Trudeau. He stood up to a bully the other day.
Seriously, what are y'all up to? Like 5 jets now? Maybe a ship or 2?
Are you talking about the military?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I think we have a couple of ships.
I'm not talking about the ferries.
Oh, my gosh.
A ferry's a boat. Come on.
Yes, I know.
I'm talking about, I'm talking about all this stuff that
Canada. Canada has an elite armed forces, right? That's more qualified, better trained than the Americans.
Don't say that.
It's true. It's true.
Don't say that.
It's a special forces.
What's it called? The Canadian national hockey team.
Oh
Come on.
That's where they start. I mean,
come on.
Playing hockey, man.
I find it hard to believe that anybody in this world. Well, I think there's some close ones, but Canada's not even mentioned when they're talking about SEALs or.
No, it's true. They have an elite special forces up there. They're
what's one they call over there?
It's like the Israeli special forces.
Well, you have the Israelis, but you also have the British.
Oh, yeah, like the M5 or whatever it's called. No,
M5.
Yeah.
But I never hear about Canadian hockey.
No, the Americans go up there and they'll train with them in the wintertime, and the Americans don't do so well because it's probably cold. They don't like that.
They just keep it hidden. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. So how late are you working till?
6 a.m., brother.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. What are you doing July 4th?
I'm not sure yet. What are you doing? Is there something going on?
Do you as a Canadian celebrate July 4th?
Absolutely. You know what? I celebrate everything here. I sing the national anthem. I love
dance to the national anthem?
Absolutely. My wife doesn't.
Why?
I do. Respect, and I'm going to be an American one day, so we might as well start now.
Oh. But
Why?
the people are being oppressed by the police. That's why they don't stand. Some people don't stand.
Well, people don't stand for the national anthem?
some people don't stand because they're protesting depression by police.
Well,
Well, that's what they say. I don't know.
they can do that. That's, that's what you can do.
That's a First Amendment right now.
Yeah. I like this country. This country is a good country. Right now, there's just a couple of bad apples that need to be straightened out, and we'll move on. But I hope, I really hope people can come together. I really do. That's peace and love, man. Peace and love. Nobody wants to be fighting the way people. And that's the other thing too. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of new videos that you see on social media, especially with racism. Have you not noticed that? People going on racist rants, and now I don't know if that has always been there and we've never noticed it before because of social media. I mean, everybody's got a phone now. You know, everybody can record stuff. We never had that, 10 years ago. So I don't know if that's contributed to everyone else seeing what's happening. A lot quicker, a lot faster. I mean, it's instant now. So, yeah.
How do you feel about racism?
I try to joke about it. It really hurts me to see how people treat other people. It really does. I mean, we're all in this together. We're on one planet. It's not like these are aliens from Mars. Other than Trump. But I just don't understand it. I mean, growing up, we didn't have racism. I mean, it wasn't prevalent. It's just something you never noticed. I mean, it was a melting pot in Canada, right? So it still is. But here, it's always been kind of divided because in the South, you have a lot of African Americans. In the North, it's prominently white, and then even further south, you have the Mexican heritage. I mean, it's kind of like they're in groups, and it's kind of unfortunate, It hurts. It hurts when I see people treat other people the way they do. So, and I'm sure it does to you too. I mean, I know you're a good person, so. And the other problem I have is where people see this, they're recording it, but they're not standing up to them. They're just, to me, you're just as bad by recording it so you can post it on Facebook, and you didn't say anything. You didn't do anything about it. You didn't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And again, we're all in this together. We're all on the same planet. Let's all work together to make this a better place. Our kids have to grow up here. Our kids' have to grow up here. I would like to see, my kids and their kids, have a wonderful life. Not in hiding because of, things that are going on in the world and because of their color or their race or their religion or anything like that. So
you're pretty much against all this racism.
Yeah, aren't you?
You weren't a big fan of Black Lives Matter?
I think I went a little too far. No, I'm being serious. I think because what happens is it's okay. So some people pull the racism card a little too heavy, and they use it to their advantage, and that I don't like. And I think Black Lives Matter was one of those instances. I mean, I agreed with Black Lives Matter, but everybody's lives matter, not just Black lives, and that became a focus. And it's no different than, you're talking to somebody, you're a police officer, for example, and you pull over a vehicle, and the gentleman happens to be a black man, African American. And you're about to give him a ticket, and right away he starts pulling the race card. Oh, you're giving me a ticket because I'm black, and I've seen it many, many, many times. And no, you're just doing your job, But now it's become a racial issue. Hey, I've never felt racism until I moved to Laredo, and I'll be honest with you, I've never actually felt it until I moved here, and I didn't even know how to react to it because I've never felt it before, and it's not a nice feeling, And it happens to me still that I'm here, So I don't speak the
What,
language.
what do you mean it happens to you?
Well, here's an example. We were a very prominent taco company in Laredo, for example, which I'm sure you know who that is. We were trying to get them get their business for Everyone's Laredo, the TV show that we're doing, and we
Good
went.
show, by the way.
What's that?
Good show, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did good. Love to bring it back. Anyway, there were need sponsors, so we just need sponsors. We'll do it again.
I saw one of your models the other day. She was modeling in HEB, actually.
Yes, Mildred.
Yeah.
But my point being is that we went and met with them. Things were going well, or we thought was going well, and then at the last minute they turn around and says, you know what? You don't want to learn our language, which was Spanish. You don't want to learn our language, so we don't want to deal with you.
Wow.
And that really hurt us. I mean, I was actually so upset I stormed out of there and raised my voice. I wanted everybody to hear because, I couldn't believe that was happening to me, It was very upsetting, And it's happened to my wife, several times. So.
Yeah, your wife doesn't look very Hispanic.
No. Her name is, so. And, it's funny, too, because her name is Raquel, but everybody here translates it to Rachel. I don't know why they do that. Is that because that's what, I don't know, do they think that she's translating it for them, or, I don't know. I don't get it. So, what?
Well, so you see both sides of racism.
Yeah, I have. And I don't think there's any need for it. I don't know what it accomplishes.
But racism's inbred. It's something you grow up with. It's an.
You're taught it, right?
Inherently, yeah. It's learned behavior. It's you're a product of your environment. That's where it comes from.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is. You said you didn't experience it there in Canada.
No.
Growing up.
No, because
were you around a bunch of different races growing up?
Well, yeah, you'd have a neighbor across the street. They'd be from China. You'd have we call them East Indians there, like because you have the native Indians and then you have East Indians, so like Pakistan and whatnot. So you just saw them everywhere. Everybody was everywhere from all over the place. England, Africa, all sorts of cool stuff.
Black Africans or white Africans?
What was that? Say that again.
The black Africans or white Africans?
No, black Africans. African. See, you guys hyphenate everything here too, and I think that's why you laughing. Well, like you'll say, you say African American, right?
Or like a wise guy. You guys.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be Canadian American, right? I mean, or British American. It's like in Canada. Once you become a Canadian, you're just Canadian. There's no hyphenating. You're not. You know what I mean? And
what are you?
Right now, I'm Canadian.
You're what?
I'm Canadian.
Are you Canadian American?
No, I'm just Canadian.
Oh, okay.
So when I become an American, I'll just be an American.
But you're saying it like we do that. That's a proud thing.
Who does it? Nobody. No other country does it. Canada, they don't say you're African American or African Canadian or.
Hold on. United States.
Right.
America.
Right.
From the beginning. Let's go back. If you want to go back in history, inherently white, European. Okay.
Right.
Okay. When people were liberated and became just U.S. citizens, they're proud to say African American. I'm from Africa, but I'm American now. Nobody put that moniker on them. They put it on themselves. They want to be called that.
Well, why is that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point of?
Because they don't want to give away where they came from. I mean, they don't want to give that up completely.
Okay, so why?
Don't start Googling, Aaron. I see you on your phone Googling. What are you doing?
I'm not Googling.
You want to Google all your points, left and right.
No, 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 no. I'm just, you're spying on me, I guess, huh?
Mm.
It's late. It's late. Well,
It's not Americans that put that moniker on. I mean, it wasn't at least in the beginning, but people want to be called African American, Mexican American.
is that because if you say African American, you don't say the word black? Is that how you get around it? I mean,
I guess that's how they feel about it. I don't know. I don't have any problem with it.
like I wouldn't think that would be important to know a person's.
I work with a black officer. You know who she is, and she has no problem at all being
Yeah.
called black.
Yeah, well,
She's American.
yeah. I guess I just don't understand it. You know, I mean, like I said, in Canada, it's just you're Canadian. You know, I don't know why. The only time you would describe somebody's nationality was because you're interested in their food. You know, you're interested in Indian food, or you want Italian food, or other than that, nobody says, you know, what color are you, or you're red, you're yellow, you're you're black or orange.
Uh-huh.
So to me, it's kind of weird. It's very prevalent, and you notice it in the United States. I mean, look at Donald Trump when he was looking for his African American. Where's my African American? That didn't sound racist at all. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, my point is that I think everybody is just we're all in this together, and it doesn't matter where you're from. If you stripped everything away, politics, if you stripped countries away, and we were all just living here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This
On
would
this
be
flat Earth.
it would just be a totally different world. There would be no racism. There would be none of this stuff. There would be, heck, we might all be getting along, you know? Gay people wouldn't matter. And technically, if you look back in time, back into the, you know, the Roman days, that's kind of the way it was, you know? Other than you still had countries fighting each other, but anyway.
Well, Roman days were mostly religious prejudice.
Well, see, and you can bring religion into it too, because religion is a cause for a lot of evil too. You don't believe in my religion, then I'll kill you. No different than ISIS. I mean, the Spanish Inquisition. I mean, you could name so many awful things throughout the years. You know.
Yeah.
Hitler and the Jewish people. I mean, it's and it all stems because of something you believe in so hardcore. You know, and you're willing to die for it, and people do.
So racism's alive and well.
You don't think so?
Of course it is.
And you know what? It's even happening in Canada. I've seen
It goes
videos.
back to the start of time.
I've been watching it on videos on Facebook where you know, some lady's going off on some guy and go back to your country, and then at the very end of it they say it's from this lady in Canada, and you're like, what? In Canada? It's a shocker. One person's racist. I couldn't believe it. What?
Oh yeah.
What?
You in Canada, sir?
Well, you know, I love Canada. I love Mexico too. I think Mexico's a great country. I love America. You know, I'm not a fan of Russia, but if you were president right now, what would you do? Would you be going down a different path than what Donald Trump has been doing?
I would send my Secret Service down to Corpus Christi, Texas, to this girl I'm in love with, have them pick her up and bring her back to me. I'd start there.
Okay, and how would that go well with your wife?
That wouldn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I could be like Trump. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what was he saying? What else? What would I do? What?
And $130,000 later. No, but what would you do? How would you take care of not just America but the world?
I think Trump is in the. Don't get me wrong. I think he's in the right direction, and whoever follows him hopefully won't be
They'll
somebody that comes
mess to
in
clean
and
up.
wants to start all over again. I don't think it's a mess to clean up.
You don't think we're going
think Trump-
backwards?
I think Trump had a much bigger mess to clean up. That's Obama.
Yeah, but don't you think we're going backwards in time? He's undoing a lot of stuff that he shouldn't be undoing, but he's doing it out of spite.
Okay, let me give an example. Do you believe, I don't know if you watched the movie or if you read in depth, do you believe that Bush should have gone into that war? Iraq.
The made-up war? No, he shouldn't have.
Okay, you agree he should have, right?
Correct.
Okay. The fact is,
You're talking
he
about
did do it.
shock and awe, right?
No. Shock and awe was back in '91. I'm talking about after that.
Oh,
Correct.
when he said
So,
that. When
Saddam.
he
Yeah.
went to go get Saddam. Yeah. No, I do not
Yeah.
agree that he should have done that. No.
You don't agree with that, right?
No, he lied to the American people about saying that they had weapons of mass destruction. That was all a lie.
Oh, well, it's an argument. It's an argument whether he was lied to or he lied to the American people or both. I
Well,
understand.
he was getting Saddam because he was helping his dad. Don't go after my dad,
Okay.
man.
Okay.
kill ya.
Okay. Let me continue my point here.
Okay.
You don't agree with the war.
Right.
Well, millions don't agree with the war.
Right.
Okay. Okay. The fact is, there was a war.
Right.
Iraq was liberated. Okay.
Right.
Iraq cannot sustain that liberation. You agree?
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
But then America was supposed to be there.
Hold on. But you don't compound the problem by a new president coming in and saying, okay, now let's pull all the Americans out because we shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted. America wanted all the troops out of there.
Exactly. The people wanted them out.
Right.
Agree?
Right.
And we're not saying all the Americans. We're saying the ones that didn't agree with it wanted them out.
Right.
So we get a new president, and now you're talking about cleaning up messes. So he goes in there, and he does that. And what vacuum did that create?
ISIS.
A huge one.
Right.
Yes, ISIS. So now you have a huge playground for
Right.
anybody to take over and
But
do
don't
whatever
forget,
they want to do.
nobody knew
Hold on,
ISIS
hold
was
on,
going to
hold
happen.
Hold on. Now you're saying that the next president should come in and clean up Trump's mess. The fact is, Aaron, it already happened.
Not the mess, but I meant by that was there are things that he's undone out of spite that didn't need to be undone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had health care for everybody, sort of, Obamacare. I mean, it's now called Trump care, but it's it's going away slowly, and that did help. What is it, 24 million Americans? So it did help people. So why would you take something that was helping people away just because you didn't like it? That's kind of stupid. Then you've got, you're going to have a new judge going in here soon. That's going to be on the far right. What do you think they're going to start removing stuff? Gay marriage is not going to be around anymore because of a religious belief. So that's going to be gone, and that's going to upset a lot of people. Abortion is going to be illegal in the United States, period. And I disagree with that as well because, I think that up to a certain point in a pregnancy, I believe that you have, as a female, the right to abort a baby. It's her body, and I think up to a certain point, I don't remember what it is, but that's what I believe in, so.
So you're one of those. You're one of those that only believe in abortion when you put stipulations on it.
Well, what the stipulation is going to be, it's going to be illegal by Trump, and that's it. That's what the stipulation is going to be. There's a lot of certain circumstances where I think that it affects the women in a certain way where, it should be up to them. Like, what if she's raped and she gets pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
God, I mean, having that baby inside of you probably would tear that person apart.
Every single time you bring up the argument of abortion, anybody, someone's got to pull rape out of their ass.
Well, that's just, but it's one example. I mean, there could be other examples too. What if the woman there's complications and she could die? then what? I mean, there's all sorts of different things, you know.
That's what I'm saying. You don't believe in abortion, or you do believe in abortion, one or the other.
No, I
but
believe,
only with stipulations.
I believe up until a certain point of the pregnancy. So I don't believe the baby is anything when in the first so many weeks. That's just what I believe. But I think though when the baby is formed and the baby's got a heartbeat and a brain and all that stuff, now that's not good. That's you gotta carry out the pregnancy.
So a girl says she's 2 months pregnant.
I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I thought it was 5 weeks.
No,
let's
just say a girl is 2 months pregnant.
Right.
She has the right or doesn't have the right to have an abortion.
Again, I don't remember what stage it's
No,
at.
I'm asking you your opinion.
I think it's up to her anyway. I really do. It's her body.
So you believe in it?
Well, I mean, what if somebody said that? I mean, if you're a man and they had to do something to a man and they said you can't do that to, I mean, it's your body, it's you, right? I mean, what if they said you got to get your nuts snipped, after your third child? You can't have any more. That's it. Would you agree to that? No, obviously.
So you're
not.
talking about like China? No.
Well, China, I don't think they snip them there, but they could. I don't know.
You're not allowed to have girls anymore, right?
I don't know about that. I just know you can only have one child.
Well, you have to pay a fine or something.
But anyway, these are just things that we're going back in time because of Donald Trump.
Why are you getting off abortion?
Roe versus Wade. Well, no, we were just talking about certain things. I mean, that Trump is going back and things that people had fought out, for years. What was it? Roe versus Wade. That was the whole issue with the abortion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just talking about all these things that he's undoing. The EPA, he's undoing that. You got Scott Pruitt, who's an idiot in there, and all sorts of things that Trump's doing that it's kind of making things a mess. That's what I'm saying. So the next person that's got to come in.
So you're saying he's too radical or he's too conservative?
No, he's definitely radical.
He's not conservative.
No, I think Trump does what he wants. If he was conservative, he would start paying down the debt, the deficit. He would have found a way to, because it's out of control, and we're already past the point of no return. What's going to happen? It's our kids that have to pay for that, And what if China owns most of that debt, and he's going after China? They just turn around and say, you know what? We're calling our loan. Then what? You got a war on your hand.
It's a little bit more difficult than that.
Well, obviously.
Just to call it a loan, yeah.
I'm making my point, though. I mean, it becomes...
Remember, you're a Hillary lover. Money is free.
I'm not a Hillary lover. I don't know why you say that.
Yeah.
I do think Hillary would have made a better president.
No, you were drinking earlier. You must have been drinking.
No, well, maybe. What time is it? Oh my gosh, 2:35. We've been talking for 2.5 hours?
Past your bedtime or what?
Well, yeah, I'm getting tired. But are you on tomorrow night as well?
No.
You're not working tomorrow night?
No, you get one shot at this.
No.
You get one shot to prove how wrong I am about everything.
I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm trying to understand. That's all I was trying to do. I admit I don't like Trump, probably just because of the way he treats people. I think that's horrible. If he didn't do that, I think that would really change things. I really do. If he didn't degrade people, if he didn't call people stupid, they got low IQs, give them nicknames, attack companies because they disagreed with him, attack Hollywood actors and actresses. He goes after everybody. Anybody who does not agree with him, he goes after them. And that's the problem I have, because as a president, you need to set the example, and he's not. And because of that, it makes people that maybe are in the lower class, hardworking people, that they feel that, oh, this guy's standing up for us, so they start standing up saying, well, if the president can do it, so can I. That's probably why you get a little bit of more racism happening. That's probably why you have people being more violent about, against certain people. It's not good.
There's more racism now than when Obama was president.
I don't think it's more.
well,
I don't think it's more.
publicly.
I think it's,
Publicly.
I think you just see more of it. I know it was definitely fueled by Trump. You can't. Trump had every option to say, "Listen, this is not us in this country. We don't talk like this." You know, you don't have marches with white supremacists. You know, them saying Jews will not erase us or something. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was awful.
Oh, really? Well, so what happened? You forgot about the marches of Black Lives Matter, Antifa. You forgot about all that.
Well, I don't agree with Antifa. Antifa's that's like.
Well, hold on. Well, hold on. You're talking about the marches of the white, because we have a white president now. But what about the marches of the blacks
Okay.
or African
Black
Americans?
Black Lives Matter, but that's not where that stemmed from. That stemmed from Ferguson, right?
Since from what? Excuse me.
Ferguson, right? When the black kids were being shot like continuously by police officers.
It hasn't stopped, Aaron.
Well, that I agree.
It hasn't stopped. But
I
there were
agree.
marches.
I agree, but that wasn't an Obama issue. That was just.
No, you only want to talk about the white marches. You don't want to talk about the black marches.
No, I think.
There's racism across the globe of all colors, of all types. Of
I
all
agree.
races.
I agree.
Don't say Trump created racism.
I didn't say he created. I said he fueled it. Hey, at least Obama got up and said, "We are not going to, we condone this. You guys need to, we don't do this kind of stuff. We're better than that." I don't see Trump doing that.
Well, you do me a favor.
What?
If you get a chance, if I do become president, please hold me to my promise that I'm gonna send the guys down there, pick up my girl from Corpus,
Yes.
and bring her back to me.
Okay. What's her name?
Since I don't want to say her name publicly. I don't think she'd like it.
What does she do?
What's that?
What does she do for a living?
Right now I don't think she's working at this time. But
okay. Older, younger?
She's a touch younger. She's waiting for me.
Okay. Model?
I hope she's waiting for me. She said she's waiting for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful girl.
Okay.
But I'd really like to have. She's not Canadian. I don't know if you'd like her or not.
Well, she's American, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
She's
go.
a Mexican American.
Oh, there you go.
There's your hyphenated word that you love, Mexican American.
All right. Well, my stepdad, he's Mexican American, so there you go. My pappy.
Does he wear shorts and boots
What?
at the same time? Does he wear shorts and boots at the same time?
You know what? I don't know. He's from Uvalde originally, so.
Oh, okay.
So.
Mine does. I like that. My girl does.
Okay. I see. I got you. And the short tank top or whatever, I got you.
I don't really think it matters what she wears. She's just hot. Period.
Robert, I gotta go. It's 2:40 in the morning.
Yeah, I think you better get one more moose head on and get to sleep.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep. So no, it was a good chat though. I mean, I'd like to do this again, and next time we can set it up where you can actually come live onto the screen here. I can send you a link and I can have.
Yeah, give me somebody on your show with history. Somebody we can talk. And doesn't have to have a Google screen in front of them, and maybe we can get some points made.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty, sir. Well, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Say good night to the cat lady for me.
I will do that.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, bye.